In this section, we'll look at the prince leaving the palace and finding enlightenment. The prince sees that it's time to depart the palace and calls for Chanda to bring him the king of horses, Kanthaka. Chanda tries to dissuade him by reminding him of all he has at the palace. Siddhartha has realized the impermanence of all the pleasures of the palace. He leaves the palace to become a seeker. When he arrives at the country of Manaya, he tells Chanda, "Go back to the palace with Kanthaka." He then cuts off his hair so he can become a monk. He then finds a hunter in saffron robes and swaps his fine clothes for the robes. He seeks out teachers, starting with Radha Kalama, and quickly equals him. He doesn't find freedom from his teaching. He then goes to Rajagraha. King Bimbisara of Madaga hears about him. So pleased to see the Bodhisattva, he offers him his kingdom if he will stay. He has already rejected such pleasures. The king asks him to bring the Dharma back with him and share it with him if he becomes awakened. He follows the renowned spiritual teacher Radraka, who arrives in Rajagaha. He learns the path of neither perception nor non-perception, Radraka's highest teaching. Again, he doesn't find what he wants in this teaching. He sets out with 5 ascetics, students of Radraka, and comes to Gaya. He embarks on a 6-year path of asceticism by the Niranjana river. He was living on a single juniper berry a day, then a single grain of rice, then a single sesame seed. He then totally abstained from eating. He becomes so emaciated that he is on the brink of death. This doesn't lead to the path of awakening, and he starts to eat again after the village girl Sujata brings him milk porridge with honey. The 5 ascetics, disappointed with his decision to leave the ascetic practices, leave him and set up camp at the deer park towards Varanasi. He arrives at the seat of awakening. Mara tries to stop him from attaining enlightenment. He tries to defeat him with his armies. Then he tries to seduce him with his daughters. Mara is defeated. He attains awakening under the Bodhi tree. He awakens and becomes the Buddha. The Buddha remains in the forest, reluctant to teach his awakening. He feels it too profound to teach. Mara visits him again, suggesting that it would be a good time to go into paranirvana. The Buddha rejects Mara. The gods, including Brahma, request that he teach the Dharma. They repeat the quest 4 times till he agrees. He decides to start teaching with his previous companions, the 5 ascetics, and goes to Deer Park in Varanasi. Initially, they are skeptical of him for giving up his ascetic practices, but are in awe of his presence. They receive ordination, and the Buddha teaches the 4 noble truths.